all rise and we take pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
February 24, 2024, 5:15 meeting of the conference board. Do a call of order and a roll call from members, please.
Brimhall.
Here.
Bender.
Present.
Burner.
Yes.
Lambert.
Here.
Knudsen.
Here.
Quinn.
Here.
Maher.
Here.
White.
Here.
Lindeen.
Here.
Dietrich.
Here.
Did I miss anybody?
Thank you. Next item is the minutes of the February 3rd meeting. Are there any known corrections or amendments that need to be made or anything like that?
Not from me, and I don't know if anybody else had a chance to look at them.
Anybody need a few minutes to look? Hearing nothing, I'll entertain a motion to adopt those minutes in the record.
So moved.
Second. Been moved and second. Further discussion on them before we vote? Everybody in favor indicate by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Assessors update.
Okay, and I left that on there this time just because when I look back, and it takes some video in this, Melanie, if you'd like to go look back and take myself. Well, the things that I did realize is I talked about myself, I didn't talk about my staff, so I was gonna introduce my staff to everybody. So, and I know that, you know, your team is only as strong as your weakest link, and I already talked about the weakest link the first meeting when I introduced myself. So I'll go, this is Pete Yocum, he's my deputy, he was hired September 4th of 2018. His primary duties are obviously doing field work. All of our jobs are to discover, price, and list new real estate in the county. That's our primary duties collectively. Pete's main job is getting out there and actually running the tape. He does tax proration. He does a lot more than just field work. I'm just going to say primary duties to try and shorten this up and keep it short and sweet. So Pete's been with me for 8 years. I just jammed that pencil right in my hand. Okay, Joanne to my left, GIS Real Estate Administrator. She was hired before me. I inherited Joanne. She was hired December 28th of 2009. So she has been in the assessor's office for 17 years. 17 years, Joanne. Her primary duties, along with discovering, pricing, and listing new real estate, is splits, mergers. She gets to deal with the lovely legal descriptions all the time. You can always hear her over there checking her legals, and that's her primary duty, is the splits, mergers, and the legal stuff. On the very end is Andrea. I hired Andrea July 1st, 2021. So she's been with me for 5 years. Prior to that, she was the deputy auditor for 16 years up there, so she's got quite a bit of experience in the county business. Primary duties with our office, she handles the declarations of value to the state, to the portal. Any time that we have, there's things called a net code, which I don't expect you guys to know. That means non-usable transaction code. So if we have a code that's
Family sale.
You have your normal sales, and there's a whole bunch of them. How many codes are there? There's tons of them.
Some.
So some of that data, if you have a family sale, you don't want that going against your sales ratio study, because family sales obviously sometimes they are not driven by the market, they're driven by, hey, this is my brother, I'm going to sell it to him for less than market. So we don't want that to count versus our sales ratio study. So she monitors and watches every sale that comes through the county and makes sure that we're not getting some family sale through that's going to hurt our ratio and it causes everybody's property taxes to go up. So pretty important jobs. All three have very important jobs. And that's all I have to say. I just wanted to introduce my staff because I realized I didn't do that when I watched the video. I also realized that I need to go on a diet because I'm pretty heavy. But they said the camera has 10 pounds, right?
Moving to item number 5. Yeah, moving right on. Discussion and possible action of assessor's vehicle. I think it was left on the 3rd of February that Pete was going to do some research.
Yep, so I contacted Colin out here. They had a truck on the lot that I had them get me a price on. That truck is brand new with no miles on it. If they have everything correct, they haven't dealt with government entities before with their sales team they currently have, so we went back and forth. They had taxes added into things where they shouldn't, and I'm still not completely sure about all the fees that they have on here, but they wanted $54,974 for a truck that they had on the lot. I have the information right here if anybody'd like to look at it, and then I contacted Carl because that's where the sheriff's department, which they are out of Ankeny, sheriff's department, county roads get vehicles from. And they offer an actual government discount versus there was no government discount from here outside of no taxes. And that was explained to me too by Jake out of Roads that Carl is the only one that really offers an actual government discount on things. Everybody else, they might get a vehicle from them. Anyway, so the vehicle from them, which I looked today, and it looks like they don't have it on the lot anymore, but the internet prices on the rest of the vehicles are cheaper, so it could be lower than this for a vehicle, but they were at $50,741.70 on their vehicle. The one from Coleman has a few more options than the one from Carl. Carl Chevrolet would give us $1,000 trade for our current vehicle, and Coleman would give us $500. So
Is this a truck or is this
it's a truck. Sorry,
And what brand?
Chevy.
Like 1500?
Yep. Both have ton.
Crew cab?
Yep. And then like I said previously, everything that I've looked at used is you could get something for around 35,000. So I didn't bring any specifics on that just because there's so many to look for that depending on which way you guys decided.
Was Carl's a new one as well?
Yeah, they were both brand new.
Hearing piece, discussion and everything, what are you thinking? What's everybody's thoughts?
This is coming from reserve fund,
Yeah.
you say?
I didn't budget it, so it would have to pull from reserves if you guys do approve that. Which, I didn't even bring you don't have our most recent balances, do you? We have like 540 some thousand in
Yeah.
reserve. We do have that project coming up, because we've been saving for the 29 reval with Vanguard, which is,
$700,000.
no, it was like around, it was a little over $500,000.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. So I have that parked there, but we have until 29, I could build that back up between now and then to get the money for the reval project. We'd have money to do it, assuming that you know how to move it around in the budget.
What's the car you have now? Bought new, do you know?
I believe.
It was used, I'm
How long
sure.
have you had it, do you know?
She's been here the longest.
It was not here when I started in '09, but it probably came in 10 or 11, and it was a few years old.
It's a 2008, so. it
Oh, so
probably
yeah, it was
2 or 3 years old.
yeah.
Make any action, motions?
But, okay, so you said the truck may not be there from Carl?
Yeah, they have similar ones.
Someone was there,
Yeah.
very close?
Carl's a big dealer and
They
a
are.
lot of the government agencies in the state go through.
Yep.
So they're
Constantly.
constantly rolling, so. I mean, is that what you're looking for, is a new truck that is got a warranty and it's gonna be around for a while?
Yeah, I mean, this would probably be something that would last the next 20 years, I would assume. I mean, that one has been here for the last 16, so it will probably last longer than that, especially at less than 5,000 miles a year. And I think warranty doesn't matter to me. I started off with a used vehicle. I was just finding new vehicles to see how far off they were, so there's a $15,000 difference probably between a new one and used one, so.
With the used ones, you're looking at how many miles?
They were around 75.
Okay. I just happened to see a truck, it was a Ford Chevy, and it had 93,000 miles, and they're asking 36,000.
Right, they're,
I'm like,
I mean, they're,
Yeah.
it depends on, I wasn't looking at anything with very many options,
sure.
so it's just what you find.
Just to clarify, you are not interested in it.
Nice try.
I take it, no.
I just threw that in.
Who was easier to work with, you think? Coleman or?
I mean, they're both, this guy had something back to me in 5 minutes on the vehicle, from Carl, he had something back to me in 5 minutes, cause that's all he does. Deals with government, so and the proposal it has where they offer their government discounts and, everything there, and this is what I got from Coleman, so it's just, they had to go through their manager. They're not Coleman's. Yeah, they're not used to, and that has the report on it as well from the website of the vehicle.
That dock fee. It's only $180, but that's just pure profit margin.
Right.
On a dealer.
Well, they added in a permacoat or something like that too, and I'm like, which was $1,000. I said, that's not something that we need on a vehicle or we're gonna pay for, so, I had them remove a few things that they put add-ons on. But
I guess I'm kind of surprised that the price of the new one is as affordable compared to what you're looking at used.
Oh,
My
yeah, I was too.
You know, I mean, you might drive this sucker 10 years before you're at the same mileage as what you were looking at for a used one. So if it's time to get one, I guess I'd lean towards that Carl's package on a new one.
Was that a motion?
I guess I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Bender and Quinn?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
the one thing I would have to add to that is, would we trade in our vehicle since they're only giving us $1,000 for it, or just let it go with it?
Yeah.
Or should we try and sell it ourselves? I mean,
Well, I know the county out there does gov sales, but it's a hit and miss.
For
I mean,
$1,000, I think you just get
Yeah,
traded in.
because if we can't sell it, then what do we do with it?
Well, I'm sure it'll sell, but you never.
I'm sure you can put a for sale sign on it and get more than 1,000 out of it, so I hate to give it away.
That's just it, yeah.
You know, I mean, put in the for sale sign in the parking lot out there, somebody might come along and give you more than 1,000 for it.
It would have to be a bid.
What is the blue book?
117,000.
And what year is it?
I know
We're 1,000 for sure.
Yeah, probably Kelly Blue Books for it.
I would say 35, I guess I didn't.
That's what I would say. I don't know.
I mean, for no harder that is to sell it. I mean, do you just want to give away $1,500? I mean,
No.
I'm entitled outside.
I wouldn't. If it was my personal, I wouldn't.
I mean-
would have traded it for 1,000. I would probably try to sell it myself for 2,500, you know, or whatever.
There's quite a market for used vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be-
Not yours, I think.
Oh, it's like the sales.
Yeah, that's what it's worth. We haven't tried to sell it.
Or we could do
No,
that.
I mean, yeah, if you're willing to sell it outright instead, I think it could be better than 1,000, so.
I agree. I think so
Yeah.
too.
So I guess I'd include in the motion that we would sell privately our
Private.
own.
Do you need to put a minimum on that? That you wouldn't take less?
Than $1,000.
Maybe just ask.
I think we'll probably just list it at Kelly Blue Book and then you guys, I don't know, how much wiggle room do you want us to go on something like that?
That's what I was asking, do we need to give you wiggle room on that? Do you need to have?
Can we list it privately to sell it? I didn't know if we had to have a sealed bid type thing with a date, like, cause when
That's a good question.
city gets rid of cars, I know they do a sealed bid on it. Cause they could, I don't know, like if you decided you wanted to buy it, are you having an unfair advantage
Right.
being on the board? So would it have to be a sealed bid type thing? And we could put a minimum of 1,000 on the sealed bid.
Yeah.
I think Salem has sold some things that way too in the past, so.
Yeah, that's what we've done as a city, and open up
Yeah.
every city council meeting, so if you just want to put a date. and then-
Better way to do it would be that way. Yeah, probably, you're right. I'm thinking you're right, so. I didn't think about that.
Legal meant like a lot more than.
Mr. Bender, your motion was to sell it privately for, you
A
know, if
minimum
we can get
start bid.
$1,000 up.
Yeah,
there you
started
go.
at $1,000, and approve the purchase order through Carl's.
If it doesn't bring $1,000 in sealed bid, what do you do?
I
Well,
can't see
put
it.
right to refuse.
Not on a truck, I can't see that happening. I mean, $1,000 is.
Yeah.
Well, it's a trailblazer.
Yeah, it's a trouble.
It's an SUV.
Yeah.
It's
It's $2,000.
well,
It's still gonna
it's
sell
up
for
very much.
Especially with people getting their tax money back right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, this is trying to put it up, and put it up.
Okay, it was moved and seconded.
Yes.
Rob, is that your understanding?
Yes.
If
Are we
we're-
gonna set a no more than limit on the price of the truck? I know you gave us specific,
50,000,
but
right? That would be.
are we gonna give him a little lead room, no more than what, 52, 53?
Was he
Because
firm on his price?
different options.
Was he firm on his price,
I-
taxes and everything?
That was the price sheet that they gave me with the.
But is
That's
that
for the
truck
one on
gonna
the
be
lot.
there?
Yeah, that was for the truck that was on the lot when I sent him that number, and so since I didn't see that one when I looked today, I don't know.
If it's gone.
Maybe it's still there.
Yeah,
Correct.
Right.
yeah, so we can put up to 52,000.
52,000.
You got all that, Joanne?
Purchase up to 52,000.
New car up to 52,000, old car, sealed bid, $1,000.
$1,000.
Yes, you still good with that second?
Yes.
I think that's, you can get that for that price, it's awesome.
Anything further on it? Everybody in favor of that motion passing, indicate by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion did pass.
I have voted for this one.
You have that right.
What?
There is a garage available over there. I mean,
We parked our car in there, previously
We have.
this year.
We had, yeah.
you know, it's, I don't know why you didn't want 2013. Yeah. Moving, right along here, reappointment of Duane Graber to the Board of Review.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and who was the second on that?
I got it.
Great.
Good.
All
Oh,
right.
wait,
Any discussion? I know
We need a
Mr.
separate
Graber's
board.
been on it before.
Then and they can't be both mayors.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Oh.
Levine seconded it too.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry,
Good. Thank you.
Good catch.
Mr. Graber's been on it for before.
Yeah.
And,
The last 12 years.
wishes to get on again and,
yep,
He does a good job.
he did a great job.
okay, very good. Everybody in favor of, Mr. Duane Graber being on the Board of Review indicate by aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? That motion passes well for Mr. Graber to be on. You'll take care of that then, Nate, from
Yep.
here on out, right?
Yep, we'll do it, we'll swear him in.
Item number 7, discussion and possible action on the Chickasaw County case. I think that was the pressure tanks
Yep.
and,
Okay, so I got, I should have included this probably in you guys' packet. I did get the memorandum of understanding from the Chickasaw County. And it answers a lot of questions like, okay, so they already did file, so they've already had oral arguments, were held February 18th. So there was an amicus brief though that was filed from Fuel Iowa, submitted it prior to the hearing. So, oh, you ready to sell that?
Well, I read part of it because the information you said that nobody filed an amicus brief because it wasn't necessary, but.
That's what Ray told me for
Yeah.
Chickasaw, that I read the memorandums, they did.
And then I thought,
They did
it's
file.
kind of contrary, but
And
yeah.
they did.
But that's a conglomeration of counties probably coming together to talk about the amicus brief that's gonna be filed, so.
Yep, yeah, okay, and then, so basically, the decision of the Iowa Supreme Court will not only resolve the dispute in Chickasaw County, but also have long-term ramifications on assessors statewide, given the decision from the Iowa Supreme Court will settle an open and ongoing dispute on the treatment of storage tanks throughout Iowa. So that's why it's gonna affect every county, and I think that I would like to, it's up to $5,000 would be out of my budget for Chickasaw County, and could use it out of my legal line item budget, because we don't have any active cases right now. I budget for future legal cases because in May, when we have our board review, that's typically if we're gonna get lawsuits, that's when they start coming in. So we don't know how many lawsuits we may or may not have. I feel pretty strongly we would have enough to give Chickasaw $5,000 towards the cause. So,
How many of those tanks are in Henry County that would be in relation to?
I did a query on it, it's millions of dollars worth of tanks. Because this case is covered, like I said, is a 90,000 gallon propane tank. Is what they're saying should be considered personal property. So that means anything under 90,000 gallon pressurized tank in our county would need to come off of the assessed rolls. So that's, we don't pick up the propane tanks at residential houses, the 1,000 gallon tank.
Right.
We don't, but we're talking 50,000, 30,000 gallon at all the agri centers, and those would all be wiped out if they win their case. And there's no guarantee we could throw $5,000 at it and lose too. So that's a risk that I'd be willing to take. Technically, if you guys approve my budget, I could do it, but I feel better about having the conference board make the decision than me spending $5,000 out of my budget without getting approval from you guys. So that's why I've included it in tonight's meeting.
So the potential payback is there.
I think it could have been us in court, and then we were in court, and I asked other assessors in Iowa to help, because I'm gonna have $50,000 in attorney fees and legal fees, and if I'd hope my other counterparts would come to my rescue and say, hey, we'll chip in to help the cost of Chickasaw County.
Yep.
Because if he wins the case, it's gonna ultimately, that's huge for him, Again, we could throw $5,000 at it and we lose the case, and we're losing all those cases anyway, but at least he's fighting a good fight for us, I think.
So do we know how many counties are involved in the amicus brief, you say? Because you get all 199 counties at 5,000.
Well,
and the reason I say that is because we just worked with ISAC on an eminent domain amicus brief, and we donated $500 to the cause.
Right, so there was not, he only reached out to counties that had court cases that either were dropped because of this case, or, so only those counties he reached out to. He didn't reach out to all 99, to my understanding. I could check with Ray, but I believe that he went to the counties that we knew. So there's we all follow each other's counties and what's going on in court decisions because it's gonna affect our county. And so we've had plenty of communication around this tank thing. Has been a huge deal for 2 years. There's been emails going on. So we know all the people that have been affected that have already had costs associated with fighting these tanks cases, and I think he reached out to just them. Now, I don't think it said how many, I don't think they knew when they sent this out who all was gonna agree to it either, They might have asked everybody to participate. If everybody does, then it wouldn't be $5,000. If he gets more people involved, they're not gonna send us a bill for $5,000 if it's only $500. If it breaks down to that. It just says, cost of association, equal fractional share not to exceed 1/10 of total dollars. So he's assuming that at least 10 counties are involved, would participate in that. So I'm guessing he's thinking it's gonna be around 50,000, and he'll need 10 other counties to jump in. And if he gets 30 counties, then we'll only pay $1,400 or whatever that is. Maybe he did blast it.
Yeah. If that's the intent, that's great.
Yeah.
Is there any interest in this board to proceed down that way.
Yeah, we make a motion to participate in the amicus brief
In the,
for Chickasaw.
I'm sorry, to sign a memorandum of understanding to up to $5,000 to partner with Chickasaw County, right?
That's what I said, yeah.
Love it. You not understand what he said? I don't know.
Repeating,
exactly what I said.
repeating Steve's, motion, to enter into a memorandum of understanding for $5,000 on legal fees for,
Up to? Up to.
up to, Chickasaw County case related. Would there be a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Been moved and,
What? I would really hope you talk to them and they can get more than 10 counties involved in this and the cost goes down because it's gonna affect every county.
Right.
And 10 counties should not be footing the bill that could potentially affect everybody.
I agree.
So,
Yeah, it just goes back to my question of how many people are participating, but
yeah.
we'll leave that in your capable hands.
Yeah, and I'll reach out to Ray to find out, that's a good question, I don't know the answer. I don't know if he does, I got this February 9th, so maybe he doesn't have all the people haven't responded, or they're waiting for their boards to approve it too, so maybe he doesn't even know how many, maybe he's asked them all too.
and many hands make light load.
That's,
Very.
I would just like it for him to know, or for them, I guess, that they don't only go after those 10 people.
Or the people that have cases.
Or the people that have
Everybody
cases, because it's gonna affect all 99 counties, no matter which way.
Correct,
it goes.
I would think all
So-
99 counties would have one or two at least, or, pressurized tanks, yes, agreed.
I would think so.
And I-
State,
Yeah,
so.
it's a good point, I'll reach out to Ray and tell him that we would rather spend 500 than 5,000. And as many people as he can get involved would be great.
Yeah.
That don't make sense, I think.
And he's the former ISAA president, so he's pretty well known. Ray Armel, the Chickasaw County Assessor, he's got a good reputation, so I imagine if he asked somebody to help, that he probably would get, obviously I said, yeah, I'd ask you guys to approve it, so.
Do we need to restate the motion in second terms or anything? Is everybody good with?
I think
Okay.
as long as the first was, if we put your first down in the minutes, we'll put, you're making a motion to approve the memorandum, or to sign the memorandum of understanding of not more than $5,000 towards the Chickasaw state case. And then we had a second from Bernard.
You good with that?
Yeah.
And then any other discussion? Oh, sorry, you're the chair.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, everybody in favor of that motion, indicate by aye.
Aye.
Any opposition to that, in the same sign. Hearing none, that will pass.
Thank you, guys. Ray will be happy.
Public hearing time. Item number 8, public hearing on 26-27 budget.
So somebody needs to make a motion to go into public hearing.
I'll make a motion to go in public hearing.
Second.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second to go into public hearing to discuss this year's budget. Everybody in favor indicate by aye.
Aye.
No opposition.
Our office has received no objections to the published budget. I do want to bring up, though, while we're talking about the budget, what I published was a levy rate of .58327. The actual levy rate is gonna be, it would be .58419, so it went up. There was, an error in the auditor's office on the budget side, missed, most of our, new construction that we picked up in 25 on the Department of Management for your budgets. You guys have all should have gotten letters from the auditor in regards to that issue. Mayors, you not. So every levy was supposed to have gotten a letter stating why that happened, and so it will affect your budget too. It will affect your levy rates. So I talked to Steve because he was in the office. Did you get a notification, Will? Billy?
Not that I'm aware
Not that you're aware of, okay. So the good news is as long as you don't, so I thought we were gonna have to have a third meeting because my levy changed for my publication. But I reached out to Carrie Johnson in the Department of Management, and she said as long as I didn't change my ask, which the 620 is what I'm asking.
Okay.
So I published that, and that's all that you technically have to publish. You don't really have to publish your final levy rate anyway in your initial budget. You need to make sure you're publishing how much you're asking for tax rep dollars. Sorry. So she clarified that. I checked it over with Steve Geiberhausen, and he agreed we could hold, this meeting is legal. We don't need to republish because the levy was put in the paper wrong.
Okay.
So, but I just wanted to draw that to you guys' attention. However, and you know how I'm a big fan, Maher, of lowering from the year prior. It's still going down from the year prior because we're at 0.59455. So now we're going down 0.58419. Still lowers the levy a little from last year, even with the new data entry issue.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. Be a motion to leave the public hearing?
So, want a public hearing?
Yes. Do I have a public hearing? Mark made the motion. Josh made the second. Everybody in favor of leaving the public hearing, indicate by aye.
Aye.
No opposition heard now? None? That's number 9 on your agenda is adoption of budget.
In the interest of time, can we get a first and a second quick?
Yeah, because Mark's gotta get to another meeting.
Well, the question gets asked every year, what's the county doing?
That's
You can ask them.
It's true.
The county has proposed 3%.
Okay.
And our health insurance is not as high as we've got listed here. We are looking at 3% probably in change in our health insurance.
Did you know that? No, didn't. No, right.
It's not 100%, but that's what, so we hit your numbers we're looking towards.
Okay, okay.
It's an 80.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Oh.
My sheet's just different.
Carson, numbers over there.
So no questions.
Yes, sir.
One was on line 14, your postage number went down significantly. I know it had to do with what you had to send this year compared to last year, but this 2002 is gonna be around for postage.
We need that. What do we have on the spreadsheet?
2,000?
For postage?
There we go. Oh, well, so,
It's halved for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
so the 5,000 in 26 last year, or this year,
And
And the proposed is 8.
because then we'll send out notices next year, right? So we put it to 8. Or should we just keep it at 5?
I have it as 8, is that?
Yeah,
my sheet
Yeah,
wrong?
we have 8.
I think I must have printed, this sheet might not, I don't know if this is probably, the spreadsheet's gonna be more accurate
This
than
sheet.
this. We need to update this thing. I
So
don't
the
know.
one that's in our packets, do not,
It's not worth
is
it.
not worth it. Sorry.
The spreadsheet's gonna be more accurate what we
On
actually
this-
are gonna
Yeah.
pay.
It's from the
On this proposed one,
Correct.
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry.
That is.
Okay.
I guess so.
So 8,000 postage.
8,000.
All right, that seems more,
Yeah, 'cause I was like, looking at June and like, what?
right.
So line 14 got moved to 8,000 versus 2.
Correct.
Is this the wrong? No, it can't be.
Because,
Ben,
yeah, your total on line 34 is 637 on the one we got in the mail, but it's 645 on the one Original.
on the, and I mean, I think I printed this off. I think we made changes after I printed this, unfortunately.
I think yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I did.
So use the 645 number for what you're wanting.
We used the spreadsheet data is in the Department of Management site now. I must have printed this prior, this is the old one, after we made adjustments, I think, is what I did. Do you want us to run down and get a new one of these with the new numbers to make it match?
As long as everyone has this is the thing.
Does everybody have the spreadsheet from the, he didn't get one from the last? You got one you can rip out somewhere?
I don't. You need one?
I think he didn't get one.
Oh, well, okay. I only have one.
I know. I like to need. I gotta write it down now.
Yeah, no, you need yours.
Pete, is that what you said?
How many copies you making? Okay.
Yeah,
6?
yeah, maybe more. Let's make 10. What if we use it as a recycle paper?
That's right.
I'm gonna double check that.
This would be a great time for popcorn.
Popcorn and pizza, that's right. It's a great time for popcorn.
Next time I'll make them do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's good to know.
Steven really talked about, they're looking around 3. And Josh was just saying they're looking around 2, but they're still in negotiation.
We haven't even started with like teachers.
Yeah, so I think the discussion is, around the table is what the various communities are doing for raises. And so Mount Pleasant was at 3%, I think Winfield is basically looking at 3%, New London potentially 3%. Yeah, I get what Winfield's looking at.
Oh, for the school?
Yeah, for the school.
I think
Because he said 2 over for Mount
2.
Pleasant potentially. Okay. So you guys are in line, school-wise, and Westwood and St. Louis is 0. Okay, so that gives a pretty good basis for where we're at. Compared to what you're looking for and asking for, Nathan.
Right. So, on that note, the one thing that I realized, so when we were talking last meeting, and I know, Steve, you get hung up on trying to get a big raise in 1 year.
Yeah.
Prior to you being on this board, the only 2 people that were on this board when I got appointed were Brimhall and Lindy. Okay? Were you? When I got, the very first time I got appointed?
Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah.
Okay, so Knudsen, Brimhall, and Lindy. When I took this job, my prior, Gary Dustman was the assessor for 38 years. They called my inexperience, or lack of experience, they cut my salary by $7,000 in 2015. So I didn't make what Gary made coming in. Now, at that time, I didn't realize, I thought that was just kind of par for the course. And then I watched you guys bring a treasurer in, paid her the same as the old outgoing treasurer, brought an auditor in, paid her the same as the outgoing auditor with 35 years experience, brought in a supervisor. They didn't cut your pay by $7,000. You came in at what Gary was making, Gary Mueller was making. And then, and the recorder was hired off the street, no experience in the industry. Brought her in, same pay that the outgoing recorder was getting.
You have a point.
Yeah, I should have never agreed to that $7,000 cut because that's why
when was that?
That's why
2018?
in 18 you guys said you'd make it fair and get me back to the median, and you've yet to do it. So
I understand your concern. It's 8 years ago.
To get to the 8 years ago, you took $7,000 and now you're complaining about giving it back to me. 8 years of experience, and it was based on the fact that I had little experience. So like I'm doing my job better than I did 8 years ago, and I have to be at that median for assessors, and I've been arguing that for years, that I just want to be close to my peers. And you're fair and equitable to other supervisors in our area with jurisdiction size. As a matter of fact, you're overpaid from other jurisdictions, as are some of the other elected officials in this county. The other thing is, if you look at any other county, the assessors typically pay 15 to 20% higher than the other elected officials. We have more duties, we have more continuing education, we have to be more qualified to do our jobs than they do in theirs. So every county is that way. And I've got like a 7 or 8% difference between from the other elected officials. All I'm saying is, I'm comparing myself to my peers. Yeah, I know, you don't wanna give a $7,000 increase to somebody's salary, but you didn't have a problem taking it away 8 years ago.
Were you involved in the wage survey that's been done recently in the county?
The what?
The wage survey?
This conference board elected not to.
They did include us in on that.
They did include us in on that, the salary, the study, yes. And it shows I'm underpaid on that study as well. No, you're good. Again, whatever you guys decide, I'll be okay with. That's just, I've been making that, this is why I come at you guys every year, and I'm like, I wish, ultimately it's my fault, Steve, you're right. 7, 8 years ago, I didn't have the backbone I do now.
Well, I didn't say it was your fault, and I'm not sure it's backbone or tenacity, but however you wanna say it. So where are your peers at? Assessors.
Did you see in the last packet, the sales ratio? I use all the people's like size of jurisdiction, population, and valuation, because those are the two things that, you know, you're basing your population is gonna be the amount of work you have to do, how many persons you gotta monitor and maintain, and then your valuation is gonna be how much you're levying, obviously, you know. Jefferson County is as close to the jurisdiction as ours, in size, location, and valuation. So those three things, close as they are, right, he got a 5% raise this year, he's at 98. It will put me right in the same as him, I'll be at like 97. We have about the same amount of years of experience, and but he's at the median of that sample size of jurisdictions of like size and valuation. Like I said, do what you want, but that's why I'm making that case. That's been my case. I've argued that. I realized that not everybody on this board even realized that when I took the job, I did take that big cut. The people that were on the board then, you know, was under the understanding that if I get up to a speed and I start to have a little more seniority and a little more like, I'm better at my job, just for lack of a better term, that my compensation would be brought back up to what the median income of an assessor in Iowa would be based on those qualifications of the sales ratio study. And it's just never happened, and every year, you know, I guess you guys have given me decent raises over the years, it just hasn't given me enough of a raise to get me into the median, to where, you know, what we do.
He's your deputy, right, so how far up are you gonna bring that, 85%?
And if you look at the deputy in Jefferson County, it would put him right with the same as her, she's 85% of his salary as well. So that's my case, and again, I'm gonna be happy with whatever you guys do. I love this job, it's a great job, I like working in the county. Right now, it's been a little bit more drama than we'd like to have, but we'll get through it, and I'll be okay with whatever you guys do. That's the reason I make my case, because we deal in their fair and equitable every day of our lives. That's what, and talk about, you know, we're trained to recognize patterns, and that's all. That's all I gotta say. I recognize it's a pattern, and I've been constantly trying to get back to that median. If not get back to that median, then I won't have to come at you guys so hard every year. Then I'll be like, well, I'm in the median, you know? That's all. I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. I just want to be treated fair. If you were to hire an assessor right now, you wouldn't be able to bring them in at my salary.
Probably not. That's probably a true statement, considering assessors are a pretty tight commodity from what we hear.
So, following past presidents, I make a motion to go into caucus?
I would love that.
I can't even second that.
I'll second. Yeah.
Been motion, second, go into a caucus by entity units here.
Should we explain to the watchers what that would mean?
Sure.
That means that we will split up the three entities that are represented, school board, mayors, and the supervisors, and discuss what's been talked about, and then we'll come back to the table and present those, and 2 out of the 3 have to basically agree to make the vote pass.
And we'll be I think you guys are supposed to maybe have different locations for caucus. You guys go, okay. So as long as you guys have your own conversation amongst your entities and not alluding, we'll get out of here.
Opportunity to visit, everybody had input, opportunity to discuss it. What did the schools end up with in their thought process?
So, school board recommended assessor and deputy assessor at 5, and the other 2 at what the county's doing, 3.
Okay. And the municipalities?
Go ahead, Brent.
We recommended 3 across the board.
And the county, we had discussed it, we have implemented a new salary scale study type thing. And, Steve and I obviously are here, Mark did not, he did not share anything with me, anything. We kinda come up with the 5%. Is that correct, Steve?
Yeah, for the 2.
Yeah.
For just the assessor and the deputy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And then the county rate for the rest of the staff.
So 5.3 is saying.
And that would bring you up into you guys up into the median levels of your colleagues.
For the mate, or whatever you guys call it, your.
Or compensation matrix.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, any further discussion on that? Am I forgetting anybody? No? So. What do you wanna do with that? Entertain a motion for, you all wanna approve that, or do you wanna discuss it further, or?
I'd make a motion to, do we have to make a motion to approve the raises and the budget? Or?
No. I think it'd
Separate.
be.
Yeah, 2 separate things. So, well, the budget's there, but the salary is included in the budget, so we have to amend that.
Or you can make it and then say what the salaries are gonna be under one motion.
And the 2 entities are basically agreed. Does that kick the mayors out then?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, just.
Because he didn't get up and walk out.
That's how Westwood feels all the time.
Our vote doesn't matter to the city council meeting either.
Was that a first by Maher?
So,
With the 5.3.
with the 5.3, with the amended budget reflected the 5.3.
Josh made the motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Steve seconded. Any further discussion before we go to a vote? Hearing none?
Yes, I do have a discussion point. I mean, it is noted, I mean, to me, it's unfair to give 5 to part of your staff and 3 to the other. Is there things that deputy and the assessor going above and beyond the rest of that staff in that office, or not? You know, just being open about that subject.
Well, technically, yeah. Obviously, the assessor is charged with responsibilities and the deputy is charged to fill that void should there be a gap. So technically, yes, there's a differentiation between the 2 individuals that work in the office versus the assessor and the deputy, to answer your question. And that would fall with the elected officials as well. So any of our elected officials would have a deputy and they would do the same thing. They would backfill in the case that they need to. So technically, yeah, I would say that. Does that answer your question?
Yep.
I guess my reasoning for it was, getting the assessor and deputy assessor up to that median. Not all in 1 year, but a potential multi-year process, so.
And to Josh's point, it depends on where it goes this year with raises from the other counties, but again, a 5% would bring him right into the median range on both sides, and so I think that's a reasonable request. I think that's a reasonable compromise to get us where we need to be to align with his peers. And at some point down the road, if the other two folks don't fit into that category with the compensation model, then Nathan needs to come back and talk to us about why they don't fit in there and what that might look like.
Yeah.
Were you guys in there? Where were you at in that sliding scale?
In the compensation scale,
I don't even
yeah.
know. I didn't look at it because we're not
Here.
part of it. so
Yeah, we can
didn't
take a
look
look
at
at that and just make sure it's even and commensurable to everyone else, to Will's point on that. So let's take a look at that, Nathan, just to make sure. Fair is fair.
But you know how I've always said, there's only one office I care about in this county.
As you should.
Any further discussion before we go to vote? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion and second as it was, indicate by aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposition to it, indicate by aye. Hearing none, pass. Moving to number 10, approve per diem amount for the board of review.
Mr. Chairman, we need to approve the entire budget.
Well,
That,
that's the way I wrote it, that
Okay.
the budget as approved with the salary adjustments of 5 and 3.
That's, just wanna make sure, thank you.
So, yeah.
We have the bridge out, so I don't hear so well.
You got it clear around.
Should I put that in here?
I troubled that nice road, it's nice.
I thought he had eye surgery.
Nick, do you have anything to add with the per diem
So,
discussion?
so basically, okay, every year when my board review adjourns, they set their budget for the following year. And it's almost, I basically say, do you want me to ask for a raise? And they always say, if you guys get a raise, ask for a raise for us too. And we always leave it that way when we adjourn for the last session. So I just put it on there because I'm asking if you guys wanna increase their compensation since you increased ours. Again, it's not typically by percent, you know, if in years past, if you guys decided to give the board a raise, you would just say, however much per meeting.
And that was,
Currently, they're at 195 with the clerk being paid an extra 10 per meeting.
Very satisfied with us, it's a bit too hard.
Yeah.
Is that a motion? Oh, not the chair.
I move we, change the per diem to 200 for board review with $10 for the chair.
Secretary. $10 for the
10
secretary.
for the secretary.
For the secretary, whoever your board
Takes the
person is,
minutes, yeah.
they get that additional $10.
Okay, there's a motion to move the per diem fees from 195 to 200 and 210 for the secretary. Is there a second to that?
I'll second.
They were busy, they stay busy. And
More than not.
there's a pretty good dedication and time involved there.
There is, and then this year, typically in an even year, we don't have as many because we only mail out to anybody that added them, had value added or lowered. So, you know, my mailing, you know, still send out, that's where we made the mistake on the postage last time is we're budgeting for 6, 7, so it's 6, 7. No, so 26, 7, I'll have to mail out to everybody. So that's why I need 8 out. This year, we had the budget. Remember how we did that? We had it messed up. I lowered the wrong year, thinking that it was good to be postage for an even year.
It's your story, I like that.
It was postage for an odd year. So at any rate, we're only gonna have probably 1,000 parcels that will even get a notice. Now, you can still petition the value of your property without it having gone up. So just so the public knows that. You don't have to get an adjustment upward. From May 1st to May 30th, you can protest your value, regardless if it went up or down. But typically, you don't see a lot of protests in an even year because nothing changed on their house. What's the protest, you know?
Okay.
So I don't-
Hearing no further discussion on that, everybody in favor of the adjustment in per diem, indicate by aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? By aye, no. There is none. Passed. So the budget as a whole is done, taken care of. So we're satisfied with that, no further actions on that, so. That leads us into 11 unfinished business.
I don't believe we have any.
Oh, I have two items I'd like to review real quick. Number one is, I've had several folks come to me, not several, but 3 or 4 that come to me, talking about the Board of Review. So if we could get a better and more private space for those folks to have that review, I think that would be greatly appreciated, because otherwise they're out in the wide open and talking about their personal finances and business.
Normally we have that in here, but because they were doing
The person was doing the records, remember?
Yeah, I do, but again, we need to find another place to do that.
But that was, we only did that was only, that last year was the first year we ever did that. We had a little makeshift wall there, and I get it, it wasn't the best.
Yeah, those people are a little frustrated that they had to share all their personal financial, so lots of folks have had the opportunity here, so we just need to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Pretty private.
You know, the magistrate courtroom or the district courtroom, if they're available, not the youth, I mean, they're
They're supervised classes.
still available in provided spaces.
Yep.
Okay, and I was just asked to bring that up from a couple folks, as I said, 3 or 4. The other one I was looking at here is the Henry County Examining Board, and the mayor's appoint Steve Gray. Is Steve Gray gonna stay on that board, because he's dropped off of a couple for the county? Are we sure how that's all coming together?
Last time I talked to Steve when we were looking at boards and commissions, things for the county, and, he was down in the south tropics and enjoying life, and said he's probably gonna be down there half the year, so. You know,
So the mayor's
we're
regular-
building a house here, so,
Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously gonna spend time here, but,
I just want to bring it to everybody's attention, and the mayors may want to have a conversation. It's their appointment, but somebody from a realtor standpoint.
What does the Henry County Examining Board do?
fire
What?
If,
Fire?
interview.
Oh.
basically, the examining board, if there's a vacancy, they do the interviews to fill the vacancy of assessor, and then make a recommendation to the conference board. They can also, if the conference board were to, if we had a difference, you, the conference board and I could go to the examining board if I think that we have an issue with something that we're not getting resolved on this board, I could go to the examining board and air my, but they haven't met since they appointed me in 2018.
They're basically mom and dad.
Huh?
They're like mom and dad.
Split you up if you need you.
Yeah, yep.
No other.
So is that appointment, is there a year-to-date appointment on it, or does it last forever?
As
It
far
feels
as
like it lasts forever.
it does. Until they either ask to step down or you guys.
I don't ever remember appointing anyway.
Was it 2016 or?
I don't know, I was probably here with that, 16.
You
He was
guys,
still pretty
I
active
wasn't
in
here.
16.
you guys appointed him, right? Gary made sure that he filled the examining board up, cause you know, he was the assessor for 38 years, the examining board hadn't met. There was people that were on the examining board, I don't even think were among the living.
They were.
So, right before he knew he was getting ready to retire, he's like, I need to get an examining board, cause they're gonna take that.
How many people are on it?
3.
Who's on it?
Jeff, yep.
Wendy Scarf and Steve Gray.
Okay.
In the school board, you guys
We just did Jeff
had to
Baker last
do
year.
Jeff Baker because Jerry Fricky passed away.
Was that
Was that one of them that had to have a realtor's license in place?
That's board review.
Okay.
Had to
I
have
know
a-
one of those did
Well,
not.
it has to have a real estate, they'll have to have an active real estate, a real estate background
Okay.
in real estate.
Because-
Appraisals are real estate, yeah. That's why we have Dory, because Dory fills that on the board of review. She's a retired realtor. You have to have somebody in real estate background, somebody in construction or a construction background, and then a farmer.
So that being addressed,
That leads into number 12, secretary with the minutes, would you be able to read the minutes back?
Yep.
That we need to take
I'll do my
action on
best.
them?
Please let me know if I say something wrong, and the minutes I'll elaborate when I get them typed up, but I'll just run through really quick the basics, so. Let me grab this. Henry County Conference Board met on Tuesday, February 24th, 2026 at 5:15 p.m., called to order by Chair Chad White, to adopt the Henry County Assessor's budget for 26-27. Milks called roll call. Line item 3, minutes of the last meeting were included in the packet. Chad White asked for any review, corrections, additions. No additions. Maher moved to approve the past minutes, seconded by Bender. Line item 4, assessor update. Milks gave a brief introduction to the staff members. Line item 5, discussion on county vehicle was called by Chair Chad White. Yoakum shared information on several options for vehicles from both Carl Lund and Coleman. Discussed government discounts. I have a lot of information in here, but basically the motion to purchase the vehicle was made by Bender for no more than $52,000 and seconded by Quinn. This was also noted that the current vehicle would be put up for sale, possibly by sealed bid, and starting at a minimum of $1,000. Did I get that right? Mm-hmm. Line item 6, reappointment of Duane Graber to board. Bender motion to approve Duane Graber, seconded by Lundeen. Line item number 7, discussion on Chickasaw County Court Case by Milks. Reminded the conference board that $5,000 would be the maximum of expenses contributed to this. Some discussion on how many tanks in the county, how many dollars of assessment this includes, and how many participating counties are currently involved in the court case. Dietrich motioned to participate in the memorandum of understanding of up to $5,000, seconded by Berner. Number 8, public hearing. Chair Chad White asked for a motion to go into public hearing. First by Maher, second by Knudsen. Milks gave information on the levy rate change. There was an error by the auditor's office, so he corrected that levy amount. And also, shared what the past year's levy was, noting that it was still a decrease from last year. Let's see. Motion to go out of public hearing, first by Lundeen, second by Maher. Number 9, adopting a budget. Board discussed several options. School boards, cities shared what their possibility of their salary increases would be or may be. Also some discussion on the postage amount. And Milks gave some information about his salary in the comparison among his peers in other counties. There was a motion made by Knudsen to go into caucus, seconded by Quinn. Resuming from, at this point in time, I'm going to note Mark Lundeen had to go to another meeting, so he's not part of the caucus. Resuming from caucus, mayors voted for 3% school board, 5% assessor and deputy, 3% office staff. Supervisors the same, 5% assessor and deputy, and 3% staff. The budget as presented with the 5%, assessor and deputy at 5%, and school board at 3% was motioned by Maher and seconded by Steve Dietrich. Line item 10, per diem of board of review. Milks noted that they just asked for the same raise that staff would get. Currently it's $195 and $205 for the clerk. Bender motioned to make it $200 and then $210 for the clerk, seconded by Maher. Unfinished business was called for by Chad White. Steve Dietrich mentioned 2 points. The possibility of the board of review ensuring there's a private space when it comes to those assessment appeals. And then also asking about the Henry County Examining Board, Curt member Steve Gray, just ensuring that he's present.
Do they get paid?
Examining board does not.
Yeah, they paid.
Completely voluntary.
Okay. And then line item 12, reading the minutes.
Hearing the minutes read back,
And then a motion to adjourn, right? Or no, we don't have that.
We haven't done it yet.
You're ahead of yourself, man.
You haven't put that in the minutes yet. Sorry.
And I'll take those out, Nate will get them to everybody.
Yes.
hearing that, anybody here, anything different they would like to add, change, or anything to the minutes? Motion to adopt minutes,
I'll make a motion to adopt the minutes as read.
and second?
Second.
All in favor of adopting the minutes as read by Duane, indicate by aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion did pass. All in favor of adjournment, stand up and leave.
First and a second.
Without a first.
I'll get the minutes
Turner?
from
Yeah.
both meetings.
Thank you.
Aye.
Thanks, everybody.
Aye.